The Valdris Conclave had stood for 17 million years, watching civilizations rise and fall like waves upon cosmic shores. Their crystalline cities floated between dimensions, and their knowledge spanned galaxies that humans had not yet named. Among them, the Eternal Ones, beings who had witnessed the birth of stars, served as living archives of universal wisdom. But even they had not expected James Chen. Commander Aliana Vasquez stood on the observation deck of the UNSC Indomitable, watching the impossible structure materialize before them. The Valdris homeworld existed in a state of quantum flux, simultaneously present in 17 different realities. It was beautiful and terrifying, like staring into the face of mathematics itself. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission," her communications officer reported. It's coming from everywhere at once." The view screen flickered and a being appeared, if being was even the correct word. It was geometry given consciousness, light folded into purpose. This was Keeper Thalnos, one of the Eternal Ones, and his voice resonated through dimensions humans could barely perceive. "You have brought the human James Chen," Thalnos stated. It wasn't a question. Aliana straightened her uniform. "We have, as requested by the Conclave. He's here to face judgment for the incident at Proxima Station. 3 months ago, James had done the unthinkable. When Krell marauders attacked the mining colony, threatening 15,000 civilians, he had activated the experimental Casimir array, a device that tapped into zero-point energy, the very fabric of space-time itself. The explosion had vaporized the entire Krell fleet. It had also created a temporary rift in reality that scientists were still trying to understand. "Send him to the convergence chamber," Thalnos commanded. James walked into the teleportation bay without hesitation. He was young, barely 30, with the kind of calm that came not from fearlessness but from having already accepted every possible outcome. Aliana had served with him for 5 years. She knew that look. "James," she said quietly, "you don't have to do this alone. I can come with you." He smiled, that crooked grin that had gotten him through 100 impossible situations. "Can't let you do that, Captain. This is about humanity's place in the universe. They need to hear it from one of us, not through a translator or a diplomat. They need to understand what we are." The teleportation field enveloped him and he was gone. James materialized in a space that hurt to perceive. The convergence chamber existed in all time simultaneously. Past, present, and future collapsed into a single eternal moment. Surrounding him were the 7 Eternal Ones, beings so ancient they remembered when the universe was young and simple. "James Chen of Earth," Thalnos spoke, his voice like continental plates grinding. "You have violated the fundamental law. You have weaponized the quantum substrate. Civilizations have been erased for less." James stood his ground, though every instinct screamed at him to flee. "I saved 15,000 lives." "You risked reality itself," another Eternal One countered, its form constantly shifting between states of matter. "The Casimir array could have unraveled the local space-time. Your entire star system might have collapsed into nothing. But it didn't," James said simply, "because I calculated the risks. Because humans don't just stumble into the dark, we map it first, we understand it, and then we master it." "Arrogance," Thalnos declared. "Your species has existed for mere moments. You have barely left your cradle world. What could you possibly understand that we do not?" James took a breath. This was it, the moment that would define humanity's future among the stars. "You want to know what makes humans different?" he asked. "It's not our technology. It's not our adaptability. It's that we choose to survive. Every single day, every single one of us makes that choice." He gestured to the infinite space around them. "You've told us about the thousands of species you've observed. How many of them evolved on a world as hostile as Earth? A planet that tried to kill us with ice ages, supervolcanoes, meteor strikes, plagues, predators. We had to fight for every single day of our existence. We didn't get a paradise world. We got a beautiful, terrible rock that taught us one lesson: adapt or die. The Eternal Ones were silent, which was itself remarkable. You know what I learned studying the Casimir array?" James continued. "That zero-point energy is everywhere. It's in every cubic centimeter of empty space. Infinite potential, just waiting to be used. That's what humans are. We're not the strongest species or the oldest or the wisest, but we see potential where others see impossibility. We see a way forward when others see only endings. You could have destroyed everything, Thalnos said. But there was something different in his tone now. Curiosity, perhaps, yes, James admitted. And I would do it again. Because those 15,000 people deserved a chance to live, to choose their own futures. Because that's what being human means. We protect the choice, always. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then Thalnos shifted, his geometric form reconfiguring into something almost resembling a nod. 17 million years, the Eternal One said softly. We have observed countless species. We have seen empires that spanned galaxies. We have watched gods rise and fall. But we have forgotten something precious in all those eons. We have forgotten what it means to fight for existence, to rage against the dying of the light. The other Eternal Ones began to resonate, their voices creating harmonics that transcended sound. James Chen of Earth, Thalnos declared, you are acquitted. More than that, you are recognized. Let it be known throughout the conclave, throughout all civilized space. Humanity is not to be challenged. Not because of your weapons or your technology, but because of your spirit. You are the universe remembering how to fight. You are evolution's answer to entropy itself. Thalnos leaned closer, reality bending around his presence. But hear this and hear it well. The ancient beings of the Valdris Conclave speak this only once. Never challenge Earth's power. Not because they will destroy you, though they might, but because they will teach you what it means to survive. And that lesson is often harder than death. James felt the teleportation field activate around him. One more thing, he said before he vanished. We're not special because we're human. We're special because we never stopped being afraid and we never let fear stop us. Remember that. Back on the Indomitable, Aliana caught James as he materialized, his legs unsteady. What happened? She demanded. James looked at her, his eyes bright with something between exhaustion and triumph. I think we just became the galaxy's new favorite nightmare. From across dimensional barriers, the Valdris Conclave sent a single message to every civilization under their protection. Humanity has been recognized. Approach with caution. Approach with respect. And in the quantum spaces between moments, the Eternal Ones watched, and wondered if perhaps they had just witnessed something they thought impossible. The universe learning to hope again.